I'm not a coffee drinker at all, but I do have coffee. Not only for guests, but also to make art with. So when I have this cup of coffee, one of the things I like to do is get a spray bottle, and it could be like a one you buy at Amazon. It could also be a recycled one. Like this is for your glasses. Like this. Put this in there just because I don't trust myself, and I still don't trust myself. Let's see if it will work. Of course, I spill, but yes, I'm the mess maker. So I have to live up to my reputation. I'm gonna pour a lot of it in here. Yeah. Yes, it's all poured in here. Let me just get a piece of tissue paper. Just always have it close by, on hand. Let's get this out of the way. My other props. Well, it's just coffee, we'll say. Actually, coffee stains really well, so you better clean it up. But the staining part is the part that I love so much, and the staining part is the part that we're going to use in this video. If I just put it on there, nobody will notice. Yeah, well, you just do it like this. This part out of the way. Put the cap back up. And now we have coffee spray or coffee dye. And you can just spray on a piece of paper. Let me see, I just have here this scrap piece of paper. You don't see much. If I spray a bit more, you can see something happening here. But if you do it like, not on scrap paper, but you do like watercolor paper, it's easier with the water, the moist. And we're just not just going to spray, but you can use stencils to spray with. But since it's autumn, I was wondering, well, what if we just don't do the stencils, but just do the things I find outside? Well, I have loads of leaves because I love collecting leaves. I love working with leaves in my art. Collage of it? No, I just can just... Let's put one of those on there. I think I'll take this one because it's lays flat a bit more. I'm going to take the spray bottle and see if I can keep it in one place and spray around it. This is so easy to do. And if I take away the leaf, voila. And it has this lovely texture because of spraying it. You can buy those expensive inks in spray bottles, but you can make them yourselves with ink, but also with coffee. But that's not the only thing you can do with it. Because we can leave it like this. Actually, maybe I'll dry it, because otherwise I ruin the background. I'll dry it. I get a blow dryer, but I'll just pause the video, because if I blow dry, you're watching the video, it'll... won't be good for your ears. One moment. Well, I'm back and I dried it. The only thing with drying it, it makes the texture you saw before a little bit less, but it's still there. Like, see, oh. And the thing you also see, the coffee gets darker when you dry it. It's easier to dry just by laying it in the sun, but since it's autumn, we don't have that much sun. So when you dry it outside, it would be, well, just kind of wet. Let's see. It looks lovely like this, but still you can make some marks with your coffee, since we're having this coffee right here. I actually put those cups here so I can put like the coffee in, and well, I'm not going to bother anymore, since I'm spilling everything, and I'll just use this coffee. It's still a bit warm, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's warm or if it's cold, if you want to paint with it. But be careful when it's like really, really hot, because when it's hot and not all the brushes have like real hair, some of them have synthetic hair, and synthetic hair just some kind of melts when it's too hot. So we're going to do this and see where it takes me, because what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, I like it like this, but I'm just going to put the leaves and make a real leaf out of it. And the thing is, now I'm just adding leaves. Well, I had this as an example, but it doesn't really matter if I use this as an example, because no leaf is the same. Thing is, because they're not the same, you don't have to bother like giving them an exact location, and if they like line up really good with the other ones, you can, but you don't have to. I mean, other leaves even have an extension from one of the, what is it, the grain, or what's it called? We call it like the nerves in Dutch. Now you just paint your own leaves. And it's the same with watercolor. If it dries and you layer something on top, it gets darker. And if you just lighten it with some water, you dilute it, you will see it's getting lighter. I'll just make it a little bit like this. Okay. And I sprayed this before with the spray bottle, but you can also like make a mess just by putting it on your brush and then tapping it like this. It gives more texture, more life to your leaf as well. Well, now the back side of this leaf was left blank because I want to show you the spray way, and it's easier when you see the contrast on the video. But what you can do, you can like do a light wash of coffee on here, then just put your leaf on top, do the spraying thing, and then you see it will get darker here. You still have a good coffee stain here, but it gets darker on the outside, and then you paint those lines from the leaf. I don't want to go all the way in here because it's still want to have the contrast with the outside, because I wanted to have to paint this. I think I'll do it a little bit because it needs a contrast. I also don't want to have it like white. Well, that's it. It's easy peasy. You can do this at home just by using coffee. Have fun, and I hope you'll share your artwork with me. You can just share it on Instagram and just tag me with @AnnaBVL _official, or do it with @troepboek.